Consensus is comforting. That's why most people wait for it. They want agreement before action, confirmation before commitment, a signal that says, now it's safe to move. But real movement rarely happens that way. Most meaningful shifts begin alone, quietly, without permission, without applause. I learned something important. If you require consensus to move, you will always move at the speed of the slowest opinion in the room. And that's not progress. That's hesitation disguised as caution. Moving without consensus doesn't mean ignoring wisdom. It means trusting discernment. It means you've spent enough time listening inward that outside noise no longer overrides your direction. Consensus favors familiarity. It protects what already exists. It rewards what's understood. But growth lives outside of that. Every man who built something real was misunderstood in the beginning. Not because he was wrong, but because he was early. Consensus catches up after structure is built, after results exist, after proof is undeniable. Waiting for it is backwards. I stopped asking people what I thought when I realized most opinions are formed from comfort, not clarity. People advise you from where they stand, not where you're going. So you learn to separate feedback from fear, concern from projection, noise from truth. And once you do, movement becomes simpler. You stop explaining. You stop defending. You stop over-contextualizing your choices. Because explanation is an attempt to recruit agreement. And alignment doesn't need recruitment. Moving without consensus requires restraint. It requires patience. It requires a willingness to be alone in your conviction. That's the cost most people won't pay. They would rather stall in familiar discomfort than risk being misunderstood while building something real. But there's a freedom on the other side of that. A quiet authority that doesn't need validation. A steadiness that isn't shaken by doubt. A pace that isn't dictated by reaction. You begin to move differently. Slower, but sure. Less visible, but more intentional. Less reactive, more composed. You stop chasing momentum and start carrying structure. Structure doesn't rush. It holds. And when pressure shows up, pressure doesn't ask how many people agreed with you. It only reveals whether what you built can stand. That's why consensus is optional, but discipline isn't. You don't need a crowd to commit. You don't need permission to refine. You don't need approval to stay consistent. You need clarity. You need repetition. You need the courage to trust your own standards. Moving without consensus doesn't mean you'll never be questioned. It means you won't be moved by the questions. You let time answer for you. You let results speak. You let presence do the explaining. Eventually, people notice. Not because you announce your direction, but because your movement stayed steady while theirs changed. That's when consensus shows up late, pretending it was always there. But by then, it no longer matters. Because you didn't build for agreement. You built for alignment. This is Ritual POV. Moving without consensus. Holding direction. Letting time confirm what discipline already knew.